What the hell is going on at TopStep? I thought TopStep was one rule, one goal, and that's it. Supposedly, it was the most simple prop firm to trade on. Yet this week, we've had some pretty interesting events happen. Number one, they humiliated a trader, a live, a Top Step live funded trader, live on Top Step TV. We're going to cover that first. And then we're going to go over all of the rule changes that have happened in the last month or two. What's going on at Top Step? Denials, now publicly humiliating a live funded trader on Top Step TV. Let's get right into it. So let's go right into Top Step TV's YouTube channel. They invited Buman Patel. This is a live funded trader, a Top Step live funded trader. They invited him. They reached out to him. They asked him to come on live on their Top Step TV channel to talk about his trading, his style, his trades, blah, 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 blah. Well, it turns out that he opened up that he had placed a trade with 15 contracts with no stop, right? Well, that's up to him. Not really. Top Step TV took offense to this. It was the end of the world, and they ended up publicly humiliating him, which I thought was completely unprofessional on Top Step TV's side. Let's play a couple of clips of what happened. So I'm going to start with the first clip right here.
So what is your default size of a trade?
15 contracts. It's risky, but
you're 15 lot bang. Oh hell, okay. Here I
rolling dice.
Yeah. Okay, slinging size. Hell yeah, 15 lot bangers. Gotcha.
So what's that?
Okay,
get
yeah,
you?
now
Like
I see.
one trade a day, if that.
I see how this happened.
Multiple. That's how I ended up getting this low. I was up around 50K last week, like at the end, and then I didn't close the trade because the level I plotted for my take profit, a doji on like 100 tick chart just like appeared on top, and then it just reversed in like a few seconds, and I was too late.
Slinging size.
Hey,
all right.
Live by the leverage, die by the leverage. That is a double-edged sword.
Yep, it's very risky.
Right now. Oh yeah, you don't screw around is right. All right, any trade setups that you'd be looking? Anything presenting itself to you? Just looking right now at the Nasdaq. If you did have
this is.
So basically, that started it all. He's on his Top Step TV, and he starts talking about trades. He basically was transparent. He said he placed a 15 contract trade. We'll look into further comments, and then he reveals that he didn't have a stop. If you look at his loss, he was at negative 3,255. In other words, he had hit his daily stop limit, or DLL, daily loss limit, DLL. But if you look at his balance is still 10,950. So you got to understand when you have a higher balance, right? And you have the ability to trade 10 or 15 contracts, right? You're playing a different game. Whether, and I'm not going to get into the conversation if he needs to have a stop loss or doesn't. The point is he has that ability. It's up to him if he wants to hit his daily loss limit, right? Let's fast forward to another part of this clip. So Top Step TV, Top Step, they have access to Buman Patel's trade history, trade style. They know this way in advance prior to inviting him over, right? They have access to this. It's not that they bring everyone on Top Step TV that's a live funded trader. They kind of go through and figure out who they want to bring based on Top Step TV's style and whatever they want to promote on Top Step TV live, right? So I'm going to ask a question, and I can't phrase it as a statement because then, I can get sued for defamation. But was Buman Patel set up with this invitation? Did Top Step TV not know exactly Buman Patel's trading style now during the XFA process and during the combines? Is this something really new? He's been saying it all along that this is how he trades. So was he set up by inviting him? The reason I ask is they have his trading history. They know how he trades. This is a very interesting exchange. Let's take a look at what Dolby says here.
What's your hold time? I'm looking it up, but actually, what is?
Yeah.
So I can
It
fact check you in
varies.
real time. What's okay?
It varies a lot. I've had trades for over 12 hours. So like the first day on my XFA, I had a 3-contract position. I think it was for over 12 hours.
Actually, for being a 15-lot trader, your hold times are a lot better than I thought they'd be. We're talking
What are
about the lowest average is like 7 minutes. Oh, there's one that's 2 minutes, but it's somewhere between like
Sounds
2
about right.
and an hour and a half. But that's actually pretty good. So the average.
So wait a minute. They have his trading history right there. Dolby can actually take a look at it. Of course, they knew this prior. This is why I'm going to ask this again as a question, not as a statement. Was Buman Patel set up when he was invited to TopStep TV? The guy got humiliated, and we're going to jump into that. But my whole point is, it's the subjectivity of rules, right? I have no problem with rules. Well, number one, TopStep claims to be one rule, one goal. Those days are history. They have multiple rules. You've seen Michael Patak, their CEO of TopStep, bash other prop firms and their rules and the changing of rules. Well, TopStep, have you done any differently? I mean, how many times have you changed the rules in the last 6 months alone? And we're going to get into those new rules as well. And then you bring a trader, a live funded trader on TopStep TV live, whose trade history, trade style, you know already. Dolby, one of your YouTube TV presenters, whatever you want to call him, actually has the reports right in front of him and he's going over it. And now you're setting up to ask him more questions. So, he gets himself into more trouble. But more importantly, you're literally setting him up. And that's my question. I can't say that as a statement. It is a question to everybody. Did TopStep TV set up Buman Patel for this live exchange? Let's go to the next clip. So now Andre and Dolby, they start asking questions, very interesting questions, the order of the questions to literally kind of unravel this Buman Patel's trading style, which again, they knew prior. So the invitation, right? When you invite a live funded trader to TopStep TV, you've looked at his trading history, you looked at his style, you want to come and brag that this is your live funded trader, this is how he trades, this is success, right? Well, this is why I keep asking, was Buman Patel set up by TopStep TV? Let's look at this exchange.
Good short entry right now.
Just right here?
Yeah. Go ahead. We tested the volume control as well, so it might go up until like 930s, but it's still pretty good.
Where would your stop be if you were to take a short here?
Just above these wicks. It wouldn't be all the way over there. Yeah, just above these, like a 945.
What price is that? 45s?
Yeah.
Okay. Stop.
I don't trade with stops either.
What did you say?
I don't trade with stops. I just go to
boy.
I have 100 tick chart open as well.
Oh boy. No, that's not.
So now Buman Patel accepts that he doesn't trade with stops, which by the way is not a rule at TopStep, right? You can have a manual stop. If you want to blow your account, if you want to hit DLL, that's on you, right? So now, and you guys can watch the whole exchange. I'm trying to keep it short for the video. Buman Patel accepts that he went in with 15 contracts, no stop, and oh my God, it's the end of the world, right? This triggered a whole, I think, the most unprofessional act I've seen on TopStep TV, and we're going to play it out the whole thing. Then, Andre and what's his name? Dolby, they get into this whole thing now criticizing the way he's trading, stops, that's not going to fly well here at TopStep, blah, 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 blah. Let's go to the next exchange, which is hilarious and completely unprofessional by TopStep TV. So for the next 5 minutes there, they're insistent on this trading style, no stops, unacceptable. That's not going to fly here at TopStep TV. And you see that the little notes are being sent to each one. They're reading it while they're talking. Andre finally explodes. Obviously, he got the final note from somebody atop to basically kick him out.
All right. Hey, Buman, I got to be honest with you. We can't have you on. The trading style is just not conducive to what we're about. We're going to let you go. Let's work on your trading
it's okay,
style.
yeah.
Stops, 15 lots. Just it's not. We can't. We don't want that on TV.
Yeah.
This is the first time we've actually really done this. We can't have that kind of trading. We can't have that on here showing to the people, as well as just absolutely everything that we're not about around here. So full transparency, Boomin. Thanks for coming on. We'll regroup.
Thanks.
But yeah, Dolby, you and I, man, let's take it out from here.
You
Talk
stop.
to you later, Boomin, and let's see if we hear from Riz.
And this is how TopStep TV humiliated one of their top, right? Because he's one of the top live funded traders for TopStep. They humiliated him in the most unprofessional way. They had his trade history, his trade style prior to inviting him, right? This was not something new. They knew exactly his trading style. How did Dolby have the trading notes, trading history, his Bumin's trading history right there in front of him and commenting? Oh, I'm surprised you actually hold your trades that long, trading that lot size. They knew. And this is why I'm going to ask the question again. Did TopStep TV set up Bumin Patel when they invited him to TopStep TV's live episode? Knowing the trading history or his trading history and style prior to that invitation. Let me know what you think in the comments. Again, I can't make that statement. I can't answer that because defamation, right? But I'd love to hear what you guys think, regardless of the whole point they were trying to make. Did they set him up? The interesting part, and now we're going to go to X. And for anybody that's not following me on X, my username is JCTrader1111. Let's take a look at X now. So Bumin Patel then posts a comment yesterday. I get that trading 15 contract with no stop loss is crazy, but I made over 15K doing that and got alive. So in other words, this is my whole argument. TopStep TV knew his trading style, his trading patterns. They knew this before. You saw Dolby comment, I'm looking at your trading history right now. I'm surprised you hold that long. I got invited on air, criticized, and kicked out. And now they realize they messed up and limit me to a 1.5K DLL, a daily loss limit of 1,500. This is a joke. So let me read the prior statement again. I got invited on air, got criticized, and kicked out. Brother, you got humiliated in the most unprofessional way by TopStep TV. And I will continue to ask this question. Was Bumin Patel set up? Then, after kicking him out, humiliating the poor guy, they mess with his live funded account. They applied a subjective rule. In other words, we don't like this. It's not really a rule, but we're going to change it on you. Subjectively. And this is the problem I have with any prop firm, is the subjectivity of rules. I have no problem when you have the rules laid out. First of all, TopStep claims to be one rule, one goal. They still have it on their website. Do I have their website? One step, one rule. Okay, so let's make sure we understand that. I have no problem with the rules. Put them on your website, clarify them, put them on your contracts. And if you can't have a manual stop, because that's what it was, then let them know. Or let everybody know you cannot trade on a live funded account with a manual stop. Otherwise, you are applying subjectivity randomly because you're not doing it to everybody. This guy, whether you set him up or whatever, you guys can decide. Now, you come back and humiliate him even further. They put a 1,500 daily loss limit on his live funded account. That is basically trading a combine. In other words, after he went through the combine phase, the express phase, and then a live funded account, well, we're going to give you a DLL, or daily loss limit, of 1,500. What's the DLL on a combine? $1,000. On a 50K combine, to be fair, $1,000. That's what they reduced him to. And that's the email from TopStep. Hi, my name is Aaron, manager of risk here Hi, my name is Aaron, manager of risk here at TopStep. As we monitor all of our traders closely, it has come to our attention that immediate intervention is necessary regarding your risk management. We have set your daily loss limit to $1,500 indefinitely until we can observe more consistency and profitability in your trading performance. Guys, this is the subjectivity I'm talking about. And it's going to be an issue with TopStep. The reason I'm making this a big deal with TopStep is, they've always claimed to have one rule, one goal. Their CEO, Michael, is pretty quick to attack any prop firm that changes the rules. Oh, they're changing the rules. This is why you should change at top. This is why you should trade at TopStep. Blah 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 blah. Are you any different? Right? And it's not an attack on TopStep. I trade on TopStep. I've gotten paid on TopStep. I'll continue to trade on TopStep. My point is, if you're going to have rules, have them. Put them in your contract. I have no problem with the rules. I have to trade every single prop firm that I trade with a little cheat sheet in front of me. Oh, this one at 30%. This one at 30% of unrealized gains. This one, 40%. This one, 20%. It's on me, right? Because the rules are laid out. But when you apply this type of subjectivity, right? A manual stop loss is now a problem. If the guy wants to hit DLL, that's on him, period. Now, I'm not saying that trading style is good, bad. That's open to interpretation. You guys can make that decision. That's not what I'm here about. The problem I have is the subjectivity. Now, they reduced his live funded account to a 1,500 daily loss limit. $1,500. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Listen, TopStep has been changing the rules now for some time. We've seen those changes. I'm going to go over now the videos. Let me take a look at some of these emails that have come in. TopStep has been changing the rules. They've been changing the rules for XFAs, for their live funded accounts. And I've been saying it for some time. As the number of profitable traders that take payouts from any prop firm increases, you're going to have rule changes. The only way a prop firm makes money is through new traders buying accounts. That group of traders that blows accounts, they either reset them or they buy the account again, and it's a cycle. It's a game. Okay. As much as these prop firms try to stay, I've seen this on X and social media, the gamification of prop firm is coming to an end. The prop firm industry is a game. It's designed that way. If you truly believe that there shouldn't be any gamification of trading on a prop firm, well, you would allow probably, let's say, 1 to 3 tries to get to a funded account. If you're not there, then you simply ban that trader and you cannot buy an eval or reset or anything because, that trader is not profitable. You don't. You actually want them to buy accounts, blow accounts, reset accounts, buy the accounts again. You want that cycle to continue over time as long as it's failure, as long as it's a failure cycle. The problem is when you get a profitable trader that's actually consistent, right? Now you got to pay him $10,000, $15,000, $20,000, right? You got to have a steady stream of new traders buying accounts, existing traders blowing accounts, existing traders resetting accounts, or buying those accounts again. That's the only way a prop firm can sustain itself over the long term. So let's take a look at some of the updates, right? This was an email sent out to all of the traders on TopStep. At TopStep, we pride ourselves on being transparent with our community and upholding our reputation as the most trusted firm in the industry. That means keeping you informed, blah, 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 blah. This is where it starts. To maintain a fair and level playing field, we've invested heavily in our monitoring systems. This is to ensure that our program benefits serious traders who are here to grow. In doing so, we've identified a small percentage of participants in less than 1% who are more focused on exploiting the program than improving their trader. And this set up a whole questions on X and Twitter. They were going after a 1%. They were going to ban them. You saw payout denials. Apparently, some traders have already been banned. So obviously, TopStep is having an issue with profitable traders. Again, as the number of profitable traders that actually get payouts increases, you're going to have rule changes. So that was on February 11th. Then, when was the most recent one? This one right here. This was February 27th. They rolled out the new rules for their live funded traders. The biggest call out here is clear path to live. Take 5 payouts in a single XFA and we'll call you up to live. In other words, now it's basically if you take those 5 payouts, we're going to put you on live. And I'll talk about that in a second. The opportunity is still there to take 5 payouts up to 5,000 for a total of 25,000 per account. So now they've set up, and they've had this for a while, they've set a cap on how many payouts or how much you can take out per account. Right now it's 25,000. So when you get an XFA, the max you can ever take out on that account is 25,000 and you'll be pushed to live. You can't say no. If they push you to live, you can't say no. In the past, I've said, I don't want to be on live. And that's why they're putting these caps per account. Traders have figured out, well, if you don't want to go to live, just blow the XFA and start all over, right? But now they've kind of put a cap on that as well. So now, not only are they making sure that you know that you're going to be put on live after 5 payouts, the live balances, this is the interesting part, is going to be set up now based on the level size. So if you have a 50K, 100K, or 150K, your live balance on a live funded account is going to be based on the size of your XFA. Unlock daily payouts in your live funded account. Okay, so this email over the top just seems, okay, these are just some new rules. It's when you look into the actual website where they explain all of these new rules. Here we go. What's changing, right? So basically, they've set up caps on every single account. If you have maxed out your express funded account, right? If you've on an XFA, if you've maxed it out, you can bring that balance. However, and I encourage you guys to read this, the issue is on an XFA when you have a balance higher than the cap on an XFA. You can only bring the max over to your live funded account. So what happens to the balance, the remaining balance? In other words, if you are above the max on an XFA, they're only going to bring, so for instance, let's say you have 100,000 on a 100K. 100K express funded account with 85K, you start live with 85,000 since 85K is below your max. Well, what if you have 100 or 110 and you're only going to bring in the max of that account? The remaining balance, it's kind of a question mark. Do you just forfeit that? It doesn't explain it to you. So that's number one. Number two, you have multiple express fund accounts of the same size, but your total is still below your max. So your 50K express funded accounts with $12,000 in each, you start live with $48,000. The issue that is going to bring up some questions is you have multiple express funded accounts of the same size and your total is over your max. This is the part where people are going to start asking questions. So 350K express accounts with $30,000 in each, you start live with $50,000. Since your total is 90K, but your max is 50K. So you're only bringing in 50K out of the 90K. What happens to the other 90K? Forfeited? Question mark, question mark. It does not explain what happens. And look, I mean, obviously these are plenty of rules here now that are being applied. I encourage any live funded trader to make sure you're completely aware of these rules because obviously TopStep has changed them. This is the biggest question mark right now is when you're over the max on your express funded account, you can only bring the cap. But what happens to the remaining balance? All right, guys. Well, that's today's video on TopStep and, in my opinion, the humiliation of Bumin Patel. I'm gonna, I've asked this multiple times in this video. Was he set up? Did TopStep TV already know his trading style, his trading history before bringing him in to that live session yesterday? Let me know what you think in the comments. Do me a favor, smash that like, smash that subscribe button, and more importantly, hit that notification bell so that you get notified when I post content. I'm going to be responding to the comments as I see them. I'm very curious to think about what you think on how TopStep humiliated Buman Patel.